cannot distinguish imagination from experience. It accepts whatever is felt as real. By living as if the dream were done, you impress it into law. Henry Ford exemplified this principle. Long before his first automobile was perfected, he spoke of factories, distribution systems, and millions of customers. He expected it all as surely as sunrise. The world called him mad until the world itself adjusted to his expectation. His conviction employed more men than any mere wish could have summoned. Andrew Carnegie expected loyalty, and men gave it. He expected opportunity, and it revealed itself daily. Expectation draws from others the qualities you anticipate. If you expect deceit, you awaken it. If you expect faithfulness, you inspire it. The world is a mirror reflecting the vibration you carry. To cultivate expectation, begin each day with a mental rehearsal of success. See yourself moving through the day with calm assurance. Visualize your tasks accomplished easily, your words received warmly, your plans advancing. Feel the satisfaction of completion. The subconscious will then guide behavior to fulfill the picture. Guard your language, for words are the outer garments of expectation. Eliminate phrases of doubt. I hope, I wish, I'll try. Replace them with declarations. I know, I will, it is done. These words impress certainty upon the mind. The subconscious, ever literal, obeys command, not conjecture. Expectation is not to be confused with impatience. Impatience is mistrust of timing. The wise man expects calmly, knowing the law never hurries, yet never fails. The seed expects sunlight and rain. It does not dig itself up to check progress. So must you. When worry attempts to intrude, remember, worry is faith in the negative. It is belief in the power of misfortune. Replace it instantly. Say, nothing can be withheld from me that is mine by right. All is unfolding in perfect order. Feel relief as proof that expectation has returned. Your surroundings will soon begin to echo your inner state. New faces, new invitations, and new openings will appear. This is not coincidence. It is the echo of your vibration. You have become magnet to your own belief. Some fear that expecting too much invites disappointment, that fear itself creates the very result it dreads. The universe measures not the size of your desire, but the strength of your belief. To expect small is to limit infinite supply. To expect greatly is to honor it. Others confuse expectation with pride. True expectation is humble, for it trusts law, not self. Pride demands personal credit. Faith gives thanks for divine order. The expectant man bows before principle and says, "The law works through me, not because of me." Practice quiet expectation before sleep. Picture your future not as hope, but as memory. See yourself already enjoying the fruits of your labor. Feel the ease, the gratitude, the peace. Let that feeling sink into the subconscious as command. Each morning, act as if success were certain. Speak to others from confidence, not concealment. The world respects assurance and lends itself to it. When you meet difficulty, smile inwardly and say, "This too serves my increase." Obstacles are but shadows cast by growing light. Expectation refines character. It teaches patience, courage, and joy. The expectant man carries a serenity that no adversity can shake. Others sense it and draw near, for they find peace in his confidence. The uncertain man repels help by his vibration of fear. The expectant attracts it naturally. You must expect before you see, for sight follows belief. No sculptor waits for marble to carve itself. He expects beauty and shapes it. No musician waits for harmony to arise by chance. He expects melody and commands it. So too must you expect your fortune into form. When discouragement visits, recall your previous victories. Each success, however small, is evidence of law. Review them until faith rekindles. Expectation feeds on remembrance. To dwell on failure is to water weeds. To dwell on success is to nourish harvest. The habit of expectation grows stronger through repetition. Each day you reaffirm, I expect the best, and the best comes to me. Eventually, it becomes reflex. You no longer hope, you know. And knowledge, once felt deeply, becomes law in action. In my own career, there were times when material evidence was scant, yet expectation never wavered. I spoke of my philosophy reaching millions while addressing dozens. I believe the invisible audience was already listening. That expectation turned imagination into worldwide movement. As you live in expectation, others will notice a difference. They will say, something about him has changed. He seems to know what will happen before it does. You will smile, for you understand that the future merely obeys its master. To strengthen this habit, practice these affirmations nightly. I expect success as naturally as I breathe. Every event moves me toward my desire. The law works unfailingly for my good. Speak them slowly, with warmth. Feel their truth rather than force it. Let your heart rest in certainty. The subconscious accepts ease as evidence of reality. Do not measure results prematurely. A child does not doubt growth because he cannot see it daily. Expectation works in the unseen until time reveals it. Hold faith quietly, and when results appear, they will seem sudden. But they are not. They are the sum of countless unseen agreements between your thought and the law. Every day that you expect, you build momentum. Every day that you doubt, you scatter it. The mind is a magnet, but it must point steadily in one direction. Decide your course and hold to it. The wind of circumstance may blow contrary, but your compass will remain fixed. The expectant man is never anxious. He does not ask if, he asks how soon. He walks through difficulty as through temporary fog, certain that the path continues beyond sight. Expectation gives him courage when others tremble, patience when others despair. This habit will change not only fortune, but identity. The poor man asks life for permission. The rich man expects cooperation. Both speak to the same law. Only one is obeyed. Expectation gives authority to command. Say to yourself before rest, every event serves my increase. My tomorrow is richer than today. I expect wealth in all its forms, of mind, of spirit, of circumstance, and life fulfills my command. Let the words echo through you as you drift into sleep. The subconscious will take them as blueprint and work through the night to make them true. You will awaken lighter, calmer, stronger. People will sense in your voice a new assurance. They will trust you, for expectation breeds reliability. Opportunities will find you because your vibration has announced readiness. From this night forward, make expectation your constant companion. Let it walk beside you in thought, rest upon you in sleep, and go before you in action. Where you expect, creation follows. Do not wonder whether you deserve abundance. Expectation itself is the proof of worthiness. The law gives not to the needy, but to the expectant. Need declares lack. Expectation declares possession. Choose possession. Soon even your subconscious will forget that you ever doubted. It will act only upon the rhythm of faith. Then wealth will come so naturally that you will scarcely remember a time without it. That is the power of the master habit. Sleep now as one already rich. You have moved beyond wishing into knowing. The habit of expectation has taken root, and nothing can uproot it. The universe itself must obey, for it always mirrors the mind that commands with calm certainty. Money is not the master of life. It is the servant of purpose. It follows the man who serves. It flees from the man who demands without giving. To understand this law is to place yourself among those few who will never want. The universe pays in exact proportion to the value rendered and the spirit in which it is given. Every coin you receive is a certificate of service rendered. Behind every dollar stands an act of usefulness. The poor man curses money because he misunderstands it. He sees it as a tyrant, not a tool, a master, not a messenger, but wealth is obedient to the same law that governs breath. You must give to receive, and receive to give. To hoard is to suffocate. The truly rich understand that money is circulation. They do not chase it. They attract it by value. They do not beg for it. They command it by law. They do not worship it. They respect it as a reflection of inner order. Service is the magnet. Faith is the current. Money is the metal drawn by that current. Andrew Carnegie built libraries across nations because he believed that wealth is responsibility, not privilege. He knew that riches are loaned, not owned, and that the borrower must prove worthy of the loan. His generosity was not sentiment. It was obedience to law. He gave more than he received, and life multiplied his giving tenfold. Henry Ford created employment for thousands because he saw money not as treasure but as testimony. Each paycheck was proof that his service reached men's needs. He said to me once, "If my wealth does not move, it dies." That statement holds the essence of prosperity. Rockefeller tithed when his income was small, proving that the spirit of giving precedes the habit of abundance. He expected to serve and therefore expected to be served. Every act of contribution enlarges the channel through which wealth flows. Every act of selfishness narrows it. The man who fears loss becomes a miser, and the miser lives in loss. He clings to what he has and blocks the inflow of more. The generous man opens his hands and keeps the current alive. What leaves him in service returns multiplied in form. You must change your inner relationship with money. Do not see it as something scarce or mystical. See it as loyal servant, ready to obey your thought. It moves where you direct, carries the tone you give, and mirrors your emotion. If you think of it with resentment, it withdraws. If you think of it with gratitude, it multiplies. Before sleep, speak kindly to money as to a faithful worker. You serve me well because I serve well. You flow freely to me and through me, doing good in every direction. The subconscious will take this as command and remove the fear that once repelled prosperity. Money has no conscience. It obeys the conscience of its holder. In the hands of the selfish, it destroys. In the hands of the wise, it builds. Therefore, the first duty of the prosperous man is to purify motive. Ask, "How may I serve more perfectly?" And fortune will answer, "Then I shall serve you." Service is the only secure foundation of riches. The man who seeks to get without giving may prosper for a season, but his fortune will crumble like a house without foundation. The law does not punish, it balances. You cannot take what you have not earned in some form of value. The quality of your service determines the permanence of your wealth. A merchant may sell cheaply and often, but if his spirit is small, his fortune will fade. Another may charge well for great worth and rise endlessly. The difference is not price, but vibration. Money flows to enthusiasm, honesty, and competence. Your subconscious must see service as pleasure, not burden. If you resent labor, you choke the stream of reward. Approach each task with gratitude for the chance to express ability. Say, "I am fortunate to serve, for service is the path of increase." The subconscious will make this attitude permanent and will draw clients, partners, and helpers who mirror it. Every morning affirm this truth: I serve more, therefore I receive more. I circulate wealth with gladness. This statement, felt sincerely, releases invisible partners to act on your behalf. You will find new inspiration, new contacts, new paths for your abilities. These are the unseen rewards of the servant spirit. There is a spiritual arithmetic in this law. If you give 10 units of value, life returns 12. If you give grudgingly, life returns in kind. Measure not by time, but by contribution. 1 hour of inspired effort is worth a week of dull labor. Enthusiasm multiplies efficiency. Service cleanses greed from ambition. It transforms desire from hunger into harmony. When you think first of usefulness, you think in the same rhythm as infinite intelligence. That rhythm has never known failure. I have met men who worked only for pay and wondered why they remained poor. Their service ended with the clock, and so did their reward. But those who went the extra mile, who improved systems, who gave thought beyond the wage, those men rose. The world is always seeking the man who renders more than paid for. Gratitude is the twin of service. Together they form the gate of wealth. Be grateful for the chance to work, for every act of service trains you in mastery. Even the smallest task can be temple work if performed with devotion. The subconscious, observing your reverence, will shape greater tasks to match your spirit. When you give of your mind, time, or substance, imagine it expanding as it leaves you. Picture your service as seed carried by wind to fertile fields. Do not look for immediate return. Trust that the harvest grows unseen. Every good act sets in motion forces that cannot fail to reach you in due season. There is no poverty in service. The universe abhors vacuum. When you give freely, you create a void that must be filled. The more you give in value, the larger the return. This is not sentiment. It is mathematics of the mind. Many fear that others will take advantage of generosity. That fear belongs to those who give without faith. The man who serves from abundance cannot be cheated, for his supply flows from the infinite, not from men. If one channel closes, 10 open. The law protects those who obey it. Money responds to the feeling you hold while using it. Spend grudgingly, and it leaves in sorrow. Spend joyfully, and it returns singing. Bless every coin that passes through your hand. Say, go and return with your kind. This attitude keeps the current pure. When you receive, receive gratefully. To despise wealth while possessing it is to insult the giver. Accept with humility and purpose, and the flow increases. Every gift carries the responsibility of wise use. Waste is not generosity. It is ignorance of law. Service purifies ambition, but it does not forbid greatness. You are meant to prosper abundantly so that your example uplifts others. Your success proves that faith and law work. The man who hides his talent denies others the light of his demonstration. If your labor seems small or unnoticed, remember that no effort is lost. The subconscious records every impulse of sincerity. Life will repay in ways you cannot predict. A smile, a kind word, an extra thought in your work. These are deposits in the unseen bank of abundance. Before rest each night, review your service. Ask, did I give my best today? If not, imagine how you will tomorrow. See yourself rendering with joy, receiving with gratitude. This nightly rehearsal reprograms the subconscious to love service, and love attracts all that serves it. Say to yourself as you drift toward sleep, I serve more, therefore I receive more. Money is my servant, not my master. It obeys my faith and magnifies my usefulness. I circulate wealth with gladness, and it returns to me multiplied. Let these words sink like roots. Feel the calm of certainty replacing fear. The mind that loves service cannot know lack, for it works in rhythm with the source of all supply. Others will soon notice your transformation. They will feel drawn to you, trust your word, seek your counsel. They will say, "He is fortunate in all he does." But fortune is simply faith in service made visible. Remember always that money is not substance, it is symbol. It represents faith exchanged between men. Strengthen that faith by honesty, efficiency, and goodwill, and the symbol will multiply. Do not hoard the symbol. Keep it moving. Pay cheerfully, invest wisely, give generously. The current you maintain determines the health of your fortune. Stagnant money breeds fear. Circulating money breeds peace. When you bless your income, it grows. When you curse expenses, they grow. Bless both. Say, "Every payment I make enriches another, and therefore enriches me." This is the language of masters. The subconscious, hearing such speech, keeps your supply continuous. In this unseen partnership of life, you and money are allies, not enemies. It waits only for your direction. Serve faithfully, command confidently, and it will move with precision. The miser commands by fear and is disobeyed. The wise command by faith and is served gladly. Soon you will see wealth as movement, not possession, as service, not struggle. You will handle it calmly, distribute it wisely, and increase it naturally. You will know that riches are merely the echo of usefulness multiplied. Sleep tonight as a steward of divine abundance. The law of unseen partnership now works for you. Your service is recorded, your gratitude heard, your supply assured. You have ceased chasing money. Money now follows you, eager to serve. There comes a point in every great transformation when practice becomes nature, when what once required effort becomes effortless, and when faith no longer strives but simply is. That point is mastery. Wealth, once a pursuit, becomes identity. The rhythm of success, repeated long enough, becomes the heartbeat of your being. All growth follows rhythm. The stars move in rhythm. The tides rise and fall in rhythm. The seasons change in rhythm. The law of rhythm is the signature of creation. Every habit, good or bad, is rhythm crystallized into character. You are what you repeatedly think, feel, and do. No more, no less. Therefore, the final secret of all achievement is to control repetition until it controls you. Cosmic habit force, as I have called it, is the invisible governor of your destiny. It rewards precision, punishes confusion, and magnifies whatever it is given. It is utterly just. It will as faithfully perpetuate poverty as it will prosperity. It does not choose. It reflects. You and you alone determine the pattern it must multiply. At first, the discipline of thought seems like a burden. You must guard each idea, correct each mood, replace each doubt. But persistence makes it instinct. In time, you no longer monitor your thoughts. They obey automatically. Faith, once planted, becomes reflex. Decision becomes nature. Gratitude becomes your default song. Observe how the body learns by repetition. The blacksmith lifts the hammer daily until strength and rhythm merge. The pianist repeats scales until fingers move as if by magic. So too does the mind learn faith through repetition until belief becomes reflex. When that moment comes, fortune itself becomes habitual. Do not despise the slow pace of growth. Every lasting success is built one repeated act at a time. Sudden wealth, like sudden growth, lacks roots and soon collapses. The law demands rhythm for permanence. Build each thought upon yesterday's faith. Build each action upon yesterday's decision. The compounding of right repetition is the secret of unbreakable destiny. You must now make your wealth thinking permanent. Poverty is no longer your adversary. It is only a forgotten language. To think poor again would feel unnatural, as breathing underwater. This new rhythm of gratitude, service, expectation, and faith must govern your days as steadily as your pulse. Each morning begin with the same ritual. Sit quietly, feel calm certainty, and affirm, I am wealth in thought, faith in action, abundance in being. Let the words become rhythm. The subconscious, trained by constancy, will answer with harmony. The undisciplined man lives in bursts, one day inspired, the next defeated. The master lives by rhythm. His victories are not accidents. They are inevitable byproducts of consistent mental order. You will recognize this rhythm by its peace. Excitement is temporary, peace is permanent. When wealth thinking settles into peace, it has taken root. Rhythm is the shield against adversity. When outer conditions shake, inner rhythm holds. You will not collapse in sudden loss, for your habits will automatically rebuild. Faith, trained by repetition, cannot forget its pattern. Like a river diverted, it will find a new path to the sea. The truly successful man does not rely on mood. He relies on law. He knows that every act of gratitude, every decision of faith, every repetition of abundance fortifies habit. He may grow weary, but he never grows doubtful, for doubt has no place left to live in a mind organized by rhythm. Consider Edison. 10,000 experiments failed to yield his electric lamp, yet he repeated the rhythm of faith and discovery daily. When the final success appeared, it was not luck. It was the mathematical result of repetition. Habit had made failure impossible. Lincoln failed in business, lost elections, and suffered ridicule. Yet his rhythm of patience and moral steadiness could not be broken. Each defeat strengthened his rhythm. When triumph finally came, it came permanently, for his character had earned it. Carnegie's rhythm was generosity. Ford's rhythm was decision. Rockefeller's rhythm was order. Each found his pattern and repeated it until it became identity. You must do the same. Find your dominant rhythm, service, faith, imagination, or gratitude, and make it your unbroken habit. Your repetition of thought is like the swing of a pendulum. Each return strengthens the motion until it moves of its own accord. The time will come when success no longer feels like striving, but like breathing. That is the mark of permanence. The danger now is complacency. When habit becomes automatic, vigilance may fade. Guard against drift. Review your purpose daily. Rhythm is maintained only by conscious renewal. The violin must still be tuned, even after years of play. Establish morning and evening anchors to preserve rhythm. Begin each day with affirmation. End each night with gratitude. These are the pillars between which success flows. Miss one, and the current weakens. Keep both, and the current becomes unstoppable. The subconscious learns from consistency, not intensity. One act repeated calmly each day outweighs bursts of excitement followed by neglect. The universe rewards faith sustained, not faith displayed. Calm repetition engraves law into character. When adversity visits, remember that rhythm will carry you through. Habit will do what willpower once did. You will find yourself responding automatically with faith where once you trembled. You will speak calmly where once you complained. This is proof that wealth thinking has become nature. Every cell of your being learns from repetition. When you think abundance daily, the body relaxes, the voice steadies, the gaze clears. People feel your certainty before you speak. They call it charisma, but it is only rhythm of thought made visible. Gratitude is the metronome of abundance. It keeps rhythm steady when emotion falters. When uncertainty rises, give thanks for what is already secure. Health, mind, opportunity, and the rhythm will return. Gratitude is repetition of faith in its gentlest form. Understand that cosmic habit force never sleeps. It repeats in every corner of creation.